The Bobby Bones Show, everybody roll.
Yeah. As soon as we get off the air yesterday, the surveillance images in the Nancy Guthrie case appeared on my feed. And it was video of a guy in a mask. And that was one of the things that I said was, man, if they're fully covered up, how are we even going to know? Like, because it was, how do they not get any video of him? It's like, even if they did, if he's fully covered, what are we going to know? I just wear lifts.
Change everything about
change
how
the way
you look.
walk.
Yeah, I know. Because one of my friends was like, Amy, you have such a distinct walk. I would know it was you. If I could see you walking, I would know.
And I'd for sure be sore. So I'd be walking like, ow. Because I had done some workout the day before that made me sore. They'd be like, that's Bobby for sure because he's sore. But here is a clip from CBS News.
The fact that he's wearing a mask, covering his hands, so he was ready. He did not want to leave DNA. He did not want his face recognizable. So speaks to that. Also, I find it interesting, we're 10 days out, and we know that technology companies were working with law enforcement. So it took them this long to obtain this image because an initial search of the surveillance camera footage did not yield an image like this.
Feels pretty incompetent to me that they didn't have this immediately if all of a sudden they can go back in and find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just like hoping they had it sooner and they just weren't telling us.
Maybe.
Like this is like, okay, now we can release it to the public.
That could have been a thing. I don't think it was here, but I was hoping the same. Like they're not letting us know things because if we know, then we don't know what they know. So, and the guy had like gloves on. He was covering the camera at first. Did you guys watch it all?
Yeah.
Black and white.
I shouldn't have. I was like setting all my alarms last night and it's scary.
And then it came on TV and the kids were all watching it. And I'm just like, oh, no, that's just a cartoon, guys. Like, it's not real. And they were just like scared now.
They grabbed a guy last night and then I saw him on the news this morning. He's like, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Who is the guy?
I don't know, some dude. And I was watching him. He's on like a blue
shirt.
He's
a delivery guy and he lives in the area and apparently his eyes looked like the eyes in the video.
Unfair. They grabbed him because he was Hispanic. They
really?
for sure. Yeah. And the guy's like, I want to clear my name. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another. I'm going to just run through some clips here. I'm going to lead with this. I saw on TikTok. Okay, so everybody knows that's what's happening here. This guy brings up a point. Dominic Lee Evans is the son-in-law's bandmate. The son-in-law is the person they've been saying could be a suspect.
Remember when I gave y'all his hobbies? He's in a band.
Right, I remember
What did that have to do with
That has
this?
nothing to do with
I'm reminding you of what I told you all that he likes.
She's trying to act like she's the detective.
He makes homemade pasta. He's in a band.
He was arrested. This son-in-law's bandmate was arrested for burglary, robbery, and theft in this Arizona town. Hit it.
He is Tommaso Sione's bandmate from their band. He's been arrested in Pima County for burglary. If it's him, it could be him. It definitely could be him. If he had his mustache or a beard grown out, it could definitely be him.
That sounds like what Amy's doing on our show.
No, I don't think it was him. I wanted to know his hobbies. He studies lizards.
That guy's TikTok is Nick's News Now. So I'm not a big Nick's News Now subscriber.
Oh, well, don't worry. Yesterday, I started following In the Nick of Time or In the Nick of Crime.
Same
and his
guy?
name is, maybe, because this is on Instagram, but his name's Nick and he does like a crime podcast. I was like, clever name.
So a person of interest was detained for questioning, which I talked about for Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy. This is after all the video came out. And yeah, this guy, if you haven't seen it yet, he's like, I didn't do it. I believe him.
Oh, yeah. He was like, I have no idea what you're talking
He's
about.
like, I never even met this person.
I need to clear my name. He's like, I don't even watch the news.
He's like, I don't even know what news is. it gets worse and worse.
You're like, wait a
I've never even
second.
seen a television.
Well, no, but I mean, he was just saying, I didn't even know this woman was missing.
You know what's weird? I was thinking about, because on my Twitter feed was CBS, ABC, and NBC all reporting about it, and it's a massive news story, but they're all reporting about the news anchor from another network making her more famous.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's got to be a decision they're making her, like, when do we go with this? Because regardless of how tragic, how crazy it is, like, we're elevating another network's main anchor, and then they had to commit at some point. But then also I'm seeing, like, the Today Show, that's what she's on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Today Show is having to, lead, not with the Olympics, which is what they wanted to lead with, but with this every day. They're having to balance between it's one of their own people, like caring about her, and also just making it news.
And Hoda came back.
From the Olympics?
To fill in, I guess, because she had left,
It's wild that this is real. Some of it seems so fake, though, because this is so wild. It's what happens in movies, and on shows on Netflix. So it got to the point where it was super crazy for a while, and now it's happened for so long, and it is so bizarre that it just feels very reminiscent of something we watch all the time.
Yeah.
It's now crossed over into that space where you're now just a voyeur. You're just watching to see what happens next, just like you would a show. That's crazy. It's crazy they haven't found the person.
I know, and it's sort of too like you're talking to your friends about like you would a show. Like my friend called me last night who was in meetings. He hadn't really kept up for sure. And he's like, hey, can you update me on where this is? Because I don't feel like going back to catch up with what happened today. And so then I gave him the download of it all. And I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible.
But it also almost feels fictional because it's so terrible.
That's what I mean.
Does
Like
not
you
feel
would.
real.
Like,
Fine line that it's crossed over to where now you're just talking about it as a normal, like, oh, wow. Do you see the guy uphill skiing in the Olympics, wins that medal? How about Savannah Guthrie's mom? It just becomes like a conversation point because it's so bizarre and it's been happening for so long. Anyway, that's what's up. That's the latest on it. Mitchell Tenpenny now, Truth About You. If you guys want to call us about anything, 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number, 877-77-BOBBY. Something rare and bizarre has happened this morning. The FAA closed airspace around El Paso, Texas for 10 days. Not for 10 hours, but for 10 days. And you're talking about a major city, a major hub, where Southwest, Delta, American Airlines all goes into for 10 days.
10 days. That's crazy. I saw that even when 9/11 happened, I think the max that we were closed 2 to 3 days. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is so rare, especially for 10 days for an entire commercial airport. Now, what normally happens is that the FAA will put up temporary flight restrictions if there's like a wildfire, something very local, but that'll be short. And that is airspace is limited and it'll be very coordinated if it's going in and out. What is not common about this at all is the grounding of all flights at a major commercial airport. The 10 days part is wild. And they're being so vague about it, quote, special security reasons. That combination, highly unusual. Here are some instances where this has kind of happened, 9/11. That was the entire national airspace. So,
Yeah.
But that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And again, it was for a couple days. If there's a major natural disaster, like a hurricane like Katrina, in that instance, they will do that because they have so many other planes going in to help. And why would you be going in unless you're going in to help? And that's already all coordinated. Which I was talking about the coordination of it earlier. Volcanic ash events in different places, sometimes they'll close it down if there's a problem with air because you just can't land an airplane when you can't see. If the runway's been damaged or the power grid is gone. But that's like that happens and then we shut it down because of that. And then military or security operations. But anytime this has happened before, they've been shorter in duration. 10 days is wild, especially when they say special security reasons. El Paso, big city, metropolitan city, a border city, a hub, where, again, you got a lot of planes going in from all the major airlines. There's also a mention of Santa Teresa, New Mexico. And so very uncommon. Again, I was just looking through the past 50 years. Unless it is a natural disaster or wartime level event, it doesn't happen. Now, that's what I have as the last hour. Anything you've seen?
Yeah, in the last 22 minutes, FAA lifts temporary closure, flights to resume.
Oh, that was it.
How do they go 10 days then?
No, I literally just read about it being 10 days. So, and
That's according to the AP.
Dang,
Okay.
we broke news.
and then
After-
unbroke it.
And now we reversed it.
Then I wonder what the heck happened. Especially for them to go 10 days
Right.
and then for them to do, because this has happened just this morning. All this has happened this morning. Amy, conspiracy theory me.
I know. I was about to be like, is this another distraction?
It says Mexican cartel drones breached U.S. airspace.
Oh,
I mean,
Well,
El
that-
Paso is right there.
is a major security issue.
Okay, can I say this, though? Cartels, they don't really do that. They're smart not to get America involved in stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Eddie, you can speak to this because you're from down there.
Yeah. From McAllen, but yeah, it's border town.
Cartels really don't do that.
They don't want to mess around with the American military or anything, the government, because we will shut their operation.
Or at least they'll
Temporarily.
be a big...
You know, and they don't want to do that.
Can I give you my conspiracy theory thought?
Yeah.
This is just from me hearing about it now and just seeing the story pop up. What if we just say that happens, gives us a reason to go and like bomb them?
The cartel?
Yeah. The cartel don't want anything to do with coming to America. They do things through America, but they don't want to send things into America because that would make us go, well, they've now crossed over. Let's go bomb them. I don't know, man. Everything just feels so weird right now.
That's so weird.
Everything feels weird. Everything feels like a distraction, too, from the Epstein files.
Yes,
I'm not going to lie.
I know.
Everything is a distraction from the Epstein files.
I mean, honestly, that's how I'm starting to feel. And I'm making sure to take care of my algorithm. I really am. I'm trying to follow diverse situation. I'm trying to get it. I don't want to echo chamber, So I'm really trying. And it's really hard because even some of the people you would think wouldn't ever say that are now saying that. And you're like, okay, this is scary. And now that's pretty much where my mind goes, that everything is one big, huge distraction.
Everything.
And that the administration is like, oh, okay, yeah, this terrible thing happened over here, but good. Okay, we'll take that because it distracts us from.
Let's shut down airports.
Yeah. Everything terrible that has happened this year, just go ahead and in my mind, I'm filing it under. They don't have a problem with it because it's a distraction. They know that it's a bad look, but it's also like, what's a worse look? The Epstein files. So they're picking their poison.
Everything's crazy right now. I've never seen anything like it. Just generally speaking, never seen anything like it. I will say the one thing that's happened is you're seeing people come across the aisle and vote and be disgusted at the Epstein files, especially when they got to go in and read the unredacted Epstein files, and they come out, people that were like, I don't know if this is that, but like, oh yeah, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, and the fact they were redacting all this stuff before they got to us. Completely unfair.
Yeah, I have goosebumps when I think about watching some of them walk out after reading it because you can tell that they are like genuinely, like likely scarred for life for what they had to read and see.
Disgusted and shocked. And those that didn't think it was as big of a deal and they were like, nah, this is the Epstein files themselves are a conspiracy. And they came out, day before yesterday? And they're like, nope, never mind. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, like I thought it was bad, but it's far worse. And the fact that it's ever been said to us from anybody's mouth that it's a hoax or a distraction and we need to move on from it, that makes me so mad.
Me too. It feels like we're just completely powerless and our government just tells us what to do and they think we'll believe everything they tell us.
And like if you're not getting frustrated with this,
yep, you're letting your politics get ahead of your faith even.
Yeah. No, and don't even get me started on what the Super Bowl was, one big distraction. They loved it. They loved that we were fighting about.
I just think they were making money there.
Well, they were making money, but I think that they liked that it was also a distraction. I mean, because they have us fighting. I think whatever creates more divide then makes you fall in line and want to just believe anything else that either side is saying,
We moved fast from the airport to the Epstein files, didn't we?
Like,
Amy and I are the same now. Amy, and people just lie about stuff. Like, it was like Oprah's plane was 11 times on Epstein Island. And Amy texted me, she goes, is this true? I was like, no, that's not true. Well, I don't know what Oprah's done, but that part is not true.
Well, that video had, at the time, I'm sure it has more at this point, but it hadn't even been up for 24 hours, and it had over 3.5 million views and too many shares to count. And it's like, I don't want to be reckless with what I'm consuming, like I said. So I want to make sure I get that person, if they're spreading really false lies like that. I don't want that crap in my feed, but I've started to just follow informative people. Like last night I started following this girl. I got to find her handle so I can tell you about it. But she is straight up, she's going through the files and she is straight up putting the people in the files and attaching the specific email, the gross email that they exchanged with Epstein, and then calling out where they work right now and asking the companies, why does this person still work there? Because in any other situation, this person would be fired.
Yeah, one of the Giants owners has been in the files. A guy who runs an agency and now people are leaving the agency. Like really popular artists are like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're crazy, man. Anyway, the airport's back open.
That's good. Good news.
Yeah, get you some of that Wetzel's Pretzels in there back in El Paso. Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that as far as 10 days. But just to announce it's going to be 10 days and then to let it off in like 2 hours,
weird.
That's crazy too.
My hand kind of hurts from when I just slammed the table.
I mean, you hit it hard.
Guys, I'm.
You're mad. You said.
I am very.
If you're not mad, you're not paying attention.
Disturbed.
Or you're letting a barrier exist because it's always existed and you're just believing people because you've always believed them.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's causing issues in my real life relationships right now.
Oh, someone you know's in the files?
What do you mean?
No.
Oh. That'd be crazy, huh?
No.
Amy?
If that was the case, that would be no.
All right, you guys can hit us up if you want. 877-77-BOBBY.